Hi, Leo, and welcome to your Law of Attraction Timeless Tarot reading. I have tried to design this reading in such a way that it does not matter what you're trying to manifest, whether it's money, love, etc. You will be able to get some advice and guidance through this reading as we will be looking at your energy surrounding what you are trying to manifest. So the manifestation itself is kind of irrelevant. It's your energy that gets you there anyways. So let's see, what's going on with you. As always, all the decks that I'm using are listed in the description box below. All right, Leo, let's take a look. Nice. So this is the energy that you need to embody in order to achieve your manifestation. And this card here is actually like all about imagination and creativity. So it's a very Piscean type of energy. And also you see all the animals on here. It's talking about, spiritual totems and like different meanings to different things. So for Leo, what I feel is you need to really give yourself permission to like imagine and not feel foolish and stupid for imagining and believing like that could come true. The thing is like, we are so programmed by society, and most people will be like, oh, you'll never be famous, you'll never be able to do this, oh, that's such a long shot, and the people don't recognize that is society's perception. It doesn't have to mean anything for you. Odds, statistics, none of that matters, okay? And also, the thoughts that you have in your mind, nobody else has to know them. So if you want to dream big, don't feel foolish or silly or stupid for doing that. It's between you and the universe, nobody else. So this is saying, allow yourself that freedom, Leo. Allow yourself to believe that you can do whatever you want to do. You can have what you want to have. You could be what you want to be. What you feel in your soul, like those dreams, that's real deal stuff. That's, in you. It's written in you. Your destiny. You feel your destiny in your soul. It's all the dreams and ambitions and goals you reach for. Okay? That's just your soul giving you feedback. Hey, this is the path. This is the path. But we often close our imagination and close our belief system of what is possible because of those around us who always mean well. And people don't want you to falsely believe something just to let yourself down. And that's the challenge with our mind, right? Is believing in the unseen, but still having that balance where you recognize that you're having a human experience. But it will serve you guys quite well to allow that imagination to just go wild and give yourself permission to dream and scratch off anything that says you can't, because you can. Okay? You can. So let's pull a Flames card to see what your energy is, your life force energy around what it is you are trying to manifest. Nice. So you're very focused. Your life force energy, when you are trying to achieve something, Leo, you have that ability to just laser focus and put so much energy towards what you are trying to achieve. And I feel like often you do achieve what you're trying to achieve, but those like really big things that seem just beyond your reach or your grasp, that's where I think you need to expand yourself and believe that you can achieve that too. Because you have great life force energy around what it is you are trying to manifest here. So let's pull a Cups card to see what your emotional energy is around, what you are trying to manifest. Nice. 2 aces. Hey. So this is good. Again, your emotions are on point. this is the emotion of love, okay? And everybody thinks Ace of Cups is romantic love because so many people read it that way. Yes, it definitely can speak of romantic love, but not everybody is focused on that. You know, but there's some of you are, but some of you, you know, you're focused on other things. You're trying to achieve different things in your life. And this here is saying that whatever it is you're trying to manifest, you do have great love in your heart for that, okay? Some of you, this does mean like it's really a romantic partnership that you're desiring deeply. So far, so good. Let's see what your mental energy is. That might be the only place where you're kind of hung up because of the card that came out. Yep, I thought as much. So we have the Seven of Orbs. And this is kind of an energy where I think you're worried, like you're like, I've got to do all these things. Like you put a lot of pressure on yourself mentally, living up to a certain standard. And some of the things you are trying to achieve, I feel like you're measuring your self-worth based upon those things, and that's kind of screwing you up because your success in life has nothing to do with who you are. It does not define your value. You are a divine being within. You are just having a human experience. We are all wearing a costume each life that we have, and I'm about to do some life journey timeless tarot readings next week, and I'm going to talk a lot about that. How this is just a costume that we wear, our personality, our gender, what we look like. It is a costume. It is not who you are. Just like somebody in a play and they go on the stage and they play their role. That is what we're doing here, okay? And so for you, it's like you have this unachievable bar of success, which is great because it keeps you going. It's your drive, it's your motivation, but it's kind of scattering your mental energy because, like I said, here's the things that are just beyond your grasp, okay? These are the things you're really wanting. But you know what? I know I can achieve this, so I'm going to reach for these things, which are beneath me, actually. So, Leo, this is saying give yourself that freedom to dream that you can achieve so much more, but not define yourself by it. I don't know why that's really sticking out to me. Also, with this card, since this is a general reading, I have to say this. If some of you are trying to play dirty and like step on other people or stab people in the back to get to where you want to go, it's not going to serve you, okay? It's not. I don't feel like that's so much the case for Leo because I don't feel like that's really a Leo type of trait, but this is general. This is the Seven of Swords, which is about deceit, betrayal, things of those nature. But more so with this particular card in this deck, I just feel like you reach for things that are beneath you because you don't necessarily believe you can reach for that higher thing. And the reason why is because for some of you, it's pretty extraordinary what these are. And I say, this is not extraordinary. And it's not even worth your time. Believe you can reach the extraordinary. And you see the people down here watching, everybody's going to be in awe. So let's take a look at the physical manifestation of what you're trying to achieve here. Where is it at in that process? You, man, Leo, it's all about the mind. And we're going to pull some more cards to help us understand exactly what this is because, man, you are on point energetically, emotionally. It's just your mental energy, I feel, that's kind of hanging you up or is a bit out of balance. And this is probably why. Okay, so this is the Five of Crystals, which is the way I'm feeling about this is, man, you have so much passion and ambition, and you absolutely love what you're trying to achieve, but I feel like you've had some setbacks, or you're like, I don't have the resources, I don't know how to move this forward. And again, that could come back to this, why it's like, okay, maybe I need to lower my expectations. But it's just energy. It's just energy, Leo. And I really feel like you can achieve whatever that dream is in your soul, and you're dreaming it because that's your destiny. So let's pull a couple more emotions. And I do want to say with this, some of you, this is like where you've tried, failed, tried, failed, tried, failed, tried, failed. And you're just like, are you kidding me? And the thing is, the master has failed more times than the beginner has ever tried, right? And this could be applied to anything, even dating. So just because you've had failures, or you don't feel like you have the resources, it doesn't mean it can't happen. It's, you've got to allow that mind of yours to expand, because, man, I will tell you, this last year of my life, if nothing else, the universe has just wowed the crap out of me, okay? There are things that have happened that are so damn synchronistic. It's just like, okay, yeah, okay, universe, I got you. I got you. Like, trust me, the universe has full control over everything. And I've seen things happen that shouldn't have happened, you know? And that's why I believe in the unseen, and I don't question anymore what's going on in my life. If something is not working, I'm like, okay, A, either there's something off inside of me, B, that's not really meant for me, or C, it's not the right time. And, you know, my connection with the universe and opening myself up and not having to have control and expectation of outcome, I usually will be able to understand in the following days why it's not working, whether it is that I need to balance something in myself, or that what I'm reaching for truly just isn't meant for me, you know, or if it's a matter of divine timing. I will say this, most often it's really a matter of divine timing, for real. And that's why I'm like, I tell everybody, never give up, never give up, never give up. Now, if this is like a romance and it's a particular person you're pursuing, that's not my advice. You know, here's the thing I want to say about relationships, and I just want to put that out there for you guys, is when we really have a connection with somebody and we have a lot of emotion for them, and, you know, things don't work out, and then they reject us, they cut us off, they cut us out of their life, they don't really respond to us or seem that interested, but somehow we still are like, oh no, that's the one for me, and we'll get back together. And we base that upon the connection that we felt inside of ourselves for that person. But the thing is, we never consider, think about when somebody has really been into you and really felt connected to you, and you're just kind of like, yeah, you know, I don't really feel that back. You might have dated and tried to give it a go around, but you're like, yeah, you're just not the one for me. And that person still tried to pursue you, and how did you behave towards them? What did you do? So my rule of thumb when it comes to romances is like, I don't want to poo-poo on anybody's parade, you know, but you need to have your own back kind of sometimes, and really consider the way somebody's treating you. If you were in that situation, why would you treat somebody that way? Why would you ignore their calls, or why would you just hardly give them the time of day? And the answer will become very clear. It's because you're just not interested, right? And so many people, and that's another reason why I'm just not, I don't know about personal readings, is because people just want to hear, yes, that's your one, and yes, you'll get back together. And most of the time I have to be straight. That is not what I see. That relationship is over. The one that is disconnected doesn't want anything more to do, you know, doesn't want a romantic partnership. And so if that is what this is about for you, let the expectation go of who you want to be with, of who you think the one is. Like, let that go, because it might not be who you think, okay? And the universe always brings us so much better than we could have ever planned for ourselves. If it's love that you want, then put it out to the universe without that label of who or all of that, and think of like the positive things that you want in somebody. Like, I want somebody who has a sense of humor, who's funny, who's honest, who's loyal. You know, don't look at it as, I want somebody who isn't gonna lie, who isn't gonna treat me bad. That's a different energy. Always shift to the positive. I want honesty, I want happiness, I want, you know, humor, I want sensuality, I want dark eyes. You know, be more positive about it, but never label your desire for another person, because if that person doesn't feel it inside, there's nothing that's going to change that, you know. And I actually had somebody who was my friend, and he was pursuing me, and right from the beginning I was like, I'm not interested in any sort of relationship with you whatsoever. You know, we could just be friends. I was his friend. Never, ever, ever did I lead that fool on. Not for a moment. And I just felt over time like he was hoping that us being friends would somehow change. And all that did, how perfect is this, is overwhelm me. And I eventually cut off the friendship, because I was like, you know, I really will never, after like, it was like 3 years, I'm like, I'm never going to want to be with you, ever. You know, he just thought I needed to get over my ex, which I did, but it didn't matter whether I was needing to get over my ex or not. Like, I just did not feel it for him, and he just thought I was his twin flame, the whole nine. And I'm like, I don't feel it for you. And time spent with him and all that, it didn't change a thing. So have your own back and really consider the way people treat you. If you know, why would you act in a similar way? That's just, I'm just going to put that out there. So sorry to go on and on about that, but I never want to give anybody false hope for a relationship that just might not be viable. And based on this, if you are trying to go for a very specific person, I see like, yeah, you're on board 100, but I don't think that's going to happen. So ask for love. Ask for real, genuine love. Ask for a love that is perfectly aligned for you, you know, and you're going to probably find that it's not in the person that you are pining for. And I hate to say that. Nobody wants to hear that. You're probably going to dislike this video because of it, but I speak truth, and truth is the only thing that sets us free at the end of the day, even if it hurts a bit at first. It's honestly, it's the way of life. I tell a guy, look, don't even play. If you're not feeling me, just say it. You know, it's going to hurt my feelings, but I'd rather know than be used. Just saying. So, Leo, let's see what other emotions are going on inside of you that are attached to this Seven of Orbs. And these are your kryptonite emotions. These are emotions that, you know, for whatever reason, just do your vibration wrong. Oh, look, we have creative, imaginative, inventive, expressive. So this is so perfect with the card that came out for you. You guys are very creative, even if you're like, I don't have a creative bone in my body. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It's about how much you are allowing your imagination to believe. To believe. Like, believe in magic, Leo. Believe in the unseen. Believe in the unexpected. Believe in miracles. Because when you believe in those things for yourself, they happen. Like, they do. So many people think, like, that I'm just naturally lucky. Like, everybody I've ever known. And I'm like, no, it's not that I'm lucky. Believe me, I've had my share of horrible things. But it's, I believe in the magic of the universe, and it shows up. It does, and it's awesome. And there's nothing else in this world like that. That I don't care. It's about romance or anything else. No, when you know that the universe has heard you and it has responded, and it's like, here you go. Nothing compares to that. Let your mind expand. Compassionate, empathetic, caring, sympathetic. So based on the cards here, some of you are feeling like it's a dog-eat-dog world. And that might have to do with this Seven of Orbs, where you are kind of feeling like, damn, to get ahead or to get what I want, you know, you have to lie, you have to backstab, you have to betrayal, because that's just the way the world is. That's how people are. Well, you're right. A lot of people go through life with that mentality, and that's the way they roll. That does not mean that you have to roll that way, okay? Don't let the negativity of others, the darkness of others, turn the light off inside of you, okay? Now, to be compassionate doesn't mean that you are opening yourself up to like being taken advantage of, but you can still be compassionate and distant, you know. Some of you, this compassionate, I feel as though you are putting others' needs far in front of your own. Like you are accommodating other people because of what they're going through, their situations, all of that. And, you know, it's good to be there for people, but with this coming out, I feel like it's actually to the detriment of you. Like, you're really helping a lot of people out. You're there for a lot of people, and they count on you, I think. And you're just, it's spreading you too thin. So you need to consider how, you know, you can still be there for people, but be there for yourself first and foremost. Because if you're being there for everybody else, you're not really feeling like anybody's there for you, who's going to be there for you if not yourself? You know, so I tell everybody, always have your own back. It is great to have friends and a support system and people who love you, but not everybody always has that at every point in their life. In fact, most people go through a point in their life where they find themselves pretty much alone. And that's why I'm saying, have your own back always, first and foremost. And that doesn't mean like you're screwing people over. It's just you're not willing to put yourself out there in that capacity where you will potentially be screwed over yourself, okay? It's like you assess the energy and the situation, and you have to wager, you know, if the outcome is what I pretty much think it's going to be, which is, you know, I'm never going to get this money back, or this person's not going to be there for me when I need help. Is it worth it? Like, can you expend the energy? Will it affect you emotionally and mentally down the road, making you feel bad, like you don't matter? You've got to think about things in that capacity. So before you go to be there for somebody else, you make sure that you can, without it really damaging you somehow, some way, and taking away from you. Because, you know, that's just, it's not fair. Everybody deserves, you know, friends and love and happiness and support. And unfortunately, you know, sometimes in life we do find ourselves alone because somehow we've gotten completely surrounded by a bunch of jerks. But it shall pass. And new people will come in, and you'll make new friends, new connections that honor you more. The more you honor yourself and love yourself and value yourself, you know, and it's not in the ego, it's in your soul. It just, I don't know why I'm trying to shuffle those cards. And people are like, well, what does that even mean? It means this. It's like, you know, if you're a parent, there are just some things you're not going to tolerate anybody doing to your child. No ifs, ands, or buts in a story. The same, or like your car or your house, the same goes for you. You are the person that protects you. There are many things that you should have never allow no ifs, ands, or buts in the story. And if it happens, then goodbye to that person. Because if that person did it to your child, or, you know, vandalized your house or robbed your house, you would not forgive that. But when we have emotional connection to somebody, all of a sudden they have a free pass. And it can't work that way. Sometimes, yeah, you've got to be soft and you've got to bend. I get it. But when you are doing that all of the time, no, that's not fair to you. And you wouldn't tolerate that from just anybody. So those that you're tolerating that from, you need to question yourself as to why. Why would you? Because you are just as valuable as your children, as your house, as your car, or as much as anybody else. So let's pull a few cards here to get a bit more information. All right, so we have the groove. Yeah, so definitely somebody really has hurt Leo and taken advantage of Leo, and may Leo not believe in the magic of life. Oh, but the warrior, Leo, you have the heart and soul of a warrior, and what you put your heart and soul into, and I'm not talking about a crappy relationship, I'm talking about everything but that, you will achieve it. Okay? Also with this, never forget what made you start whatever you're doing in the first place. Like, never forget where you came from. Don't forget who was there for you in the low parts, and also who couldn't be bothered, okay? But you have the heart and soul of a warrior, and you will get through this. And if you put all your energy into what you're trying to manifest, it will happen, Leo. It will. Now I know why I had to be on that soapbox about a relationship. Look at this right here. There are a couple cards in this deck. One is denial. This is forbidden. And there's one more that talk about being blocked from what you're trying to achieve, okay? This one here is like you are, there is no passing through this gate whatsoever, okay? Those of you, I talked about that relationship, that is what I'm feeling so strong with this card, is you're really trying to manifest a relationship with somebody who doesn't feel for you to the same capacity as you feel for them. And this is like your confirmation where the universe is saying, listen, what if you did have them? What if you were in a relationship with them? Do you really want to be with somebody just to have them when they don't love you back, when they don't honor you back, don't cherish you back, will lie to you, probably cheat on you? Do you really want that relationship just so you could be with them? And if you look at it that way, the answer is probably hell no. No way, no day. So broaden your perspective about who it is you're going for romantically if you've been severely blocked or just hurt and taken advantage of. It's not for you, Leo. It's not for you. Now, for others of you, this to me, again, goes back to your creativity and what you believe you can have for yourself. You just believe, like, even though you set this really hard bar, it's like, but that could never happen for me. Yes, it can, okay? Yes, it can, especially with that warrior card there. So let's pull us some advice. Okay, well that's 3. And also consider this, Leo. When you're really into somebody and you're really feeling them, you don't want anybody else. And that's the truth with everybody. When somebody's really feeling somebody else and they actually want to be in a relationship, it happens. But you know, if somebody's not really filling you back or they don't really want to be in a relationship, you can wish and hope and pray all you want, but that's not going to change how they feel. And, you know, when things aren't aligned, especially in romantic partnerships, it's because it's not meant to be. That doesn't mean maybe sometime down the future that you guys might cross paths again, but it's letting you know right now is not the now, and it's only going to hurt you to continue to pursue it. So it's better to just kind of let it go, heal yourself, and live your life, and trust and believe that if you and that person are meant to be, the universe will bring you back together. There's nothing you need to do. It will just all align, okay? So emerging the real you. Yes, this is that soul inside that wants you to believe in the unseen and wants you to reach for the stars, and is saying, yes, Leo, you can achieve anything you truly put your mind to. You are so powerful. Oh my God, look at, just as I'm saying that, it's your will and intent. You are so powerful. You will manifest. I am telling you, it's all about like you believing. And then we have integrate. Yep. Your energy and your emotion are perfect, on point. It's that mental energy, that belief, expanding yourself up, open to the vast universe, and believing in the magic, believing in the unseen, believing that it could happen to you. Like, what did Donald Trump say? You're going to be thinking anyways, so you might as well think big. Well, I'm not a huge fan of the man, but I could not agree more with that statement. You are going to be thinking anyways, so you might as well be thinking big and dreaming big. Anybody who is anybody will tell you that, how they would just sit there and fantasize and believe, and they saw it at the end of the road. They knew somehow, some way, someday they would be what they are. And you have that intensity of energy. You have that power inside of you, Leo. So you've got to go for it and let go of small thoughts and let go of reaching for things also with this forbidden that are beneath you. You've got to know your value. You've got to know your worth. And Leo, based on this reading, you have stuff up here that you can have, but you are like reaching here. And no, that's never going to serve you. It's never going to make you happy. That yucky. You don't want that anyways. Like, reach for the stars, because your reading is saying you can have them. You have the power within you to pull one down and say, shine for me. So let's pull one final card. Integration. So we have integrate twice. I combine body, mind, and soul to lift all of humanity to a new dimension. Now, based on the nature of this reading, the way that I see this card is, you know, you align your body, mind, heart, and soul, okay, to elevate yourself to a new dimension. Some of you, this could be about humanity. You know, this is general. So if that fits, you know, go ahead and apply it. But I feel like for the majority of you, this is what I've been preaching the whole damn reading, which is the sky is not the limit. Like, you need to reach all the way out deep into the universe, because you can have it. You've just got to believe that. So, Leo, that is the messages that I've received for you. I hope you guys don't hate me just because of what I said about the romance, but I feel like somebody really needed to hear that. And I know it's hard and it hurts. Believe me, I've been there. But now I'm like, oh, thank you, universe, that fool was rejecting me, because no way do I want to be with him now. And man, if only I had the eyes I have today, I would have ran like hell back then. But, you know, that's part of life. You live and you learn. So reach for the stars, Leo. Take care.